When you go for an entrepreneurship, you call it the scope of your organization, the vision of your organization, the mission of your organization, which is great for PPTs. But I feel more than that, there has to be like a core value of your organization. And that core value is something that will connect every person, whether it's in the time of crisis, whether it's in normal natural times. If it has that core value, you will always be relevant. You don't have to be relevant only in a certain place, only at a certain spot of time. You can always be relevant if you have that core value in your organization, and if you're able to transfer that core value to your new joinees. So whether it's new employees joining you, whether it is new amount of like clients joining you, stakeholders joining you, in our cases the young leaders joining us, you have to transfer that core value. So social entrepreneurship is also about the core value.
Our aim and mission is to connect these young students to understand the various social problems and to become equipped to tackle and solve some of these stubborn, wicked social problems which the world is facing.
I feel like we all acknowledge the fact that this is a crisis. We do not need some kind of embellishment to prove that, or some kind of exaggerations or any kind of hypothetical scenarios to imagine in order to understand how grave the situation we are in right now. But what is really important to understand in this situation is the fact that nothing is not doable. So if you look at certain aspects of the pandemic, and if you see that you or your concerned people around you are in a certain way affected by those aspects of the pandemic, then I think it is a workable situation. It is a point of inflection where you can start rising up and maybe just take a small action. I would not tell like how I began doing this, because of course I began in a place where there was no pandemic, there was no looming threat to my education in a way that I cannot access it physically. There was no threat to my family the way it is right now. And I understand and acknowledge that this is a time when we're all scared. And any step we take right now would have to be backed up by a lot of courage. And I think that is what the most beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is, that it takes courage. And courage, I feel, it's an amazing phenomena. It's an amazing experience to go through, because when you decide on going for a certain outlook, when you start for going for a certain problem, when you start to dig into it, you realize that the problem is something that you just saw on surface. There might be millions of issues lying below it, under it, and those are the issues which you'd have to pick up once you become an entrepreneur.